Jain, my dear students. So today I will start with the next paragraph. So what happened in this play? The child goes to a fair along with his parents, and on the way he saw many things, and those things attracted him a lot. Now what happens? He could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. Now here what happens? Now this was the time when he got attracted by many things, but he knows that if I will ask for these things, his parents will have the same answer as earlier, that they will not going to buy him. I want that toy, he pleaded. His father looked at him, red eyes in his familiar trying way. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender and giving him her finger to hold, said, "Look, child, what is before you?" Now, when he asked for the toy, means here he requested to his father to buy him the toy. But what he got in return, his father got very angry, and when her mother saw that his father is getting angry, so then she generally hold her hand and just make him cool and calm, and just she tries to hear what his mother trying to do. She is trying to divert his mind, and while saying, "What is before you see," means she is trying to divert her mind from the toy that he wanted. It was a flowering mustard field, pale like melting gold, as it swept across miles and miles of even. Now, here, flowering mustard field is compared with the melting gold. Means it is the on his way he was going through a field, and the field was filled with mustard flower. So here the writer has compared this flowering mustard field with the melting gold. A group of dragonflies were whistling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flights of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flower. Now, what he sees that while going on his way, he saw many things, and what he saw, butterflies, bees, they are flying here and there on the flowers, and the child followed them in the air with his gaze. And he was as you know that the child was very small, so this child, he started following these bees and butterflies and dragonflies till one of them would still its wing and rest. He would try to catch it, and what he do, that he used to wait for the butterfly and for the bees, that they will sit, then he will going to leave running after them. But it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air when he had almost caught it in his hand. And these bees and butterflies, they keep on flying. Then his mother gave a cautionary call, and then his mother used to call him, "Come, come, my child," and onto the footpath from where they were passing. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while, being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects swarm along the that were teeming out from their hiding place to enjoy the sunshine. Now, in this paragraph, what happens? His parents start waiting for him when this boy gets attracted by the insects and worms. Means the worms and insects, they were hidden in their holes, and now for to take sunshine, they come out of their holes, they come out of their hiding places. Comes again his mother, "Come, child, come," his parents called. And then when they saw that his child is left behind, they started calling their child, where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. He ran towards them. Where this boy started running? To the edge of a wall where his parents were waiting for him. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. Now, this was the place where his parents were sitting, and the grover tree. And from the grover tree, what happens? The raining petals started falling on their head, and this little boy, he started collecting all these petals in his hand. But lo, he heard that the cooing of dove and ran towards his parents. Now here he hears the sound of dove. Dove is the bird, and because of scaredness, he started running towards his parents, by shouting, "Dub, dub, dub." The running petals drop from his forgotten hands, and when he gets scared, the petals that he collected in his hand dropped from his hand. "Come, child, come," they called to the child, who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree and gathering him up the narrow, winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field. Now again his parents started calling him as he was left behind while in collecting the petals. Now, who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree, and this child started running around the banyan tree and gathering him. They took the narrow winding footpath which led to the and now they started walking towards the fair again through mustard field. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of thorns covering to the whirlpool of the fair, and felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. Now, as they came near to the village, the child could see. Now, this child, on his way, he saw many things. So, on his way, he gets very attracted by the things that were displayed in the fair. And this world of fair was totally different for him. Now, when he enters in the fair, what he saw first thing that he saw was a sweet meat seller. He was the one to whom he sees. Sweet meat seller is the one who sells the sweets. And what he saw that he was shouting to sell his sweets like gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi. And where he was sitting at the corner of the entrance, the on the way only, on the main gate. A crowd pressed round his counter at the foot of an architecture of many colored sweets decorated with leaves of silver and gold. Now those people who used to pass from his shop, they were surprised, and they were like pleased to see how decorative he had made his sweets using the leaves of silver and gold foil. The child stared open-eyed and his mouth watered for the burfi. So here what happens, this child, he gets very attracted towards burfi, as this burfi was his favorite sweet. Now he started telling his parents what he want. He started saying that I want that burfi. He slowly murmured. Murmured means slowly whispered. He started saying this, but he half knew as he begged that his plea would not be heeded because his parents would say he was greedy. So, without waiting for an answer, he moved on. But here, what happens? He knows that if he will start demanding for this burfi, then his parents will say that he is greedy. So without waiting for answer from his parents, he started moving from that particular place. Now second thing that he saw in the fair was a flower seller, the one who sells the flower. And what this flower seller was doing, he was shouting to sell his garlands of gulmohar. A garlands of gulmohar, the child seems irresistibly drawn, and here again he got very attracted towards this garlands of gulmohar. He went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped and half murmured, I want that garland. Now he went near to the place where the flowers were kept at one place. But he started telling that I want this garland. But here also he knew that if he will ask for this garland, his parents will say that they will not going to buy him those flowers. And what answer he got in return? That those flowers, because they would say that they were cheap, and he got the answer that those flowers for which he was demanding were cheap. So without waiting, again he started moving from this place. A man stood. Now he went ahead. Then he saw a man holding a stick with colorful balloons Which colors? Red balloons, yellow balloons, green, purple balloons, and those were flying from his stick. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of this silken color, and he was filled with an overwhelming desire to possess them all. Now, here he got very attracted towards these colorful balloons, and he was having the desire once again to get these balloons. Now, but he well knew his parents would never buy him the balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toy. Now what happens here? This child, he knows that if I will ask for these balloons, then my child will definitely going to give me an excuse, and the excuse here that he got, that he's too old to play with such toys, means now he's a grown-up boy for his parents. So by saying this, his parents denied. So he walked on further. So he started moving ahead. Now, fourth thing that he saw was a snake chamber. A snake chamber stood playing a flute. Now, what happens here? The snake chamber, he saw a man. He was playing flute, and the snake was dancing from and raising his head in a basket. Its hair written. Its head raised in a graceful bend like the neck of a swan. Just here the neck, here the snake is compared with the neck of a swan, means raised neck of the snake is compared with the neck of a swan because of its tallness. While the music stole into in its invisible air, like the gently rippling of an invisible waterfalls, the child went towards the snake chamber, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake chamber played, he proceeded further. But here in this paragraph, what happens? Again, he got desire to look at this snake chamber, how the snake was dancing. But again, he knew that his parents will never going to allow him for listening such music. Now, fifth thing that he saw, there was a roundabout in full swing. Now he saw a roundabout, and so the fifth thing that the child saw was roundabout. Men, women, and children, carried away in a whirling motion, shrieked and circled with dizzy laughter. So in this paragraph, what happens? This child saw roundabout, and he started looking at the people. Like, who were the people? Men, women, means all adults along with children. They were sitting in the roundabout, and the roundabout was moving in a circular motion. The child watched them intently, and then he made a bold request. I want to go on the roundabout, please, father and mother. Now what happens when this child saw this roundabout and the people who were sitting in the roundabout, he felt with a strong desire, and he started requesting to his parents that he want to go on the roundabout. There was no reply. He turned to look at his parents. They were not there. Ahead of him, he turned to look on either side. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. Now what happens when he started requesting for this roundabout? He saw that he was not getting any reply from his parents. So he turned back to see his parents. But what happens here? His parents were not there. So he started looking here and there. In fact, he turned his neck behind so that he can find his parents. But his parents were not there. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat. Within a sudden jerk of his body, he ran from where he stood, carrying in real fear mother, father. Tears rolled down from his eyes, hot and furious. His flushed face was convulsed with fear. Panic-stricken, he ran to one side first, then to the other, hither and thither, in all direction, knowing not where to go. Mother, father, he wailed. His yellow turban came untidy, and his clothes became muddy. Now in this paragraph, what happens? This child, his mind was filled with afraidness, scaredness, as he got separated from his parents. So he started crying within himself, and what he did here, he started running here and there because he got very panicked and he thought to find his parents, but it was in vain because he was not able to find his parents. And the turban that he was wearing on his head, it got untidy, and it became muddy also. Having run to and fro in a range of running for a while. To and fro means here backward and forward. So he started moving backward and forward in search of his parents. He stood defeated, his cries suppressed into sobs. At little distance on the green grass he could see through his filmy eyes men and women talking. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no sign of his father and mother among these people, who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. Now here what happens, he started searching his parents, and after some time he saw that two people, one woman and one man, was sitting on the grass, and he thought that both men and women were his mother and father. But when he saw with his wide eyes, he found that there was no sign of his parents. It was the sign of that both man and woman, they were talking and laughing with each other. He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. Every little inch of his space here was congested with man, but he ran through people's land, his little soul lingering. Mother, father, near the entrance to the temple. However, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other, heavy men with flashing murderers' eyes, hefty shoulders. The poor child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. He might have been trampled underfoot had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, "Father, mother!" A man in the surging crowd heard his cry, and stopping with great difficulty, lifted him up in his arm. Now here what happens, when he started running here and there, he saw a crowd, and in that crowd, why crowd? Because he was in the fair where he got separated from his parents, means from his mother and father. So he found there was that no space was there because of the crowd of the people. So what he decided, he was very little, he started and he thought to run between the legs of the people, and he was also afraid with the look of the people. So he started, without fearing, he started moving between their legs, and he was also having the scaredness in his mind that he might get hurt from the foot of the people. "How did you get here, child?" Now there in that crowd he met with a man. To whom he met? He met with a man, and this man held him and he started asking him, "How did you get here?" Now these questions were asked by the man to whom this boy met in the fair. The first question that the man asked the boy, "How did you get here?" means how he came to the fair. "Whose baby are you?" Then the second question, this man asked that whose baby he is. The man asked as he stood clear of the mass. The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried. But the moment he asked these questions to the child got very nervous and he started crying more loudly. And what he started saying? He started saying that he wanted his mother and father. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. Now the first thing that man tried to make him calm and cool, that he took this boy near to the roundabout. "Will you have a ride on the horse?" And then second he asked that to the boy that he wants to ride on the horse. He gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs and he only shouted. Now what happens with this man? He was asking about all these desires, all these things to this boy. He was not able to speak even a single word because he was very panicked and tensed because he has been separated from his parents. The man headed towards the place where the snake chamber still played, and the second place where this man took this boy to the near to the snake chamber. Played on the flute to the swimming cobra. Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. Now here what happens, this man, he started requesting this boy that you can see the snake how he is listening to the flute. But the child shut his ear with his finger. Now this child is very small, so what he did, he put his finger into his ear because he was not in the mood to listen to any people over there. He shouted his double-paced strain, and he started shouting because he was very panicked and he was not able to decide what to do because he has lost his parents. And what he was saying that he wants his mother and father. The man took him near the balloons. Now third thing, this man, he took this boy near to the balloons, thinking that the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Because why he took this man near to the balloon? Because he thought that different colors of the balloon will make the child cool and calm, and likewise he will get distracted from the panic thing as he lost his parents. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? So he asked the boy that whether he liked to have a colored balloon. He persuasively asked the child, turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, I want my mother and father. So this boy, what he did, instead of listening, instead of looking at the balloons, he just turned his face towards another side and just ignored. And what he was demanding, again and again, he was demanding that I want my mother and father. The man is still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller said. Now the next thing that this man took this boy was near to the flower seller, the one who sells the flowers. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put around your neck? And this man, he was trying to make this boy very calm. And so this man, he started asking him that whether he liked to have a garland of the flower and whether he wants to put around his neck, just to make this boy calm. The child turned his nose away from the basket and retreated his soul. I want my mother and my father. Now what happens, this child, he was not at all in mood to listen to any one over there, so he just ignored his words. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. Now at last this man, he took this boy near to the sweet shop. What sweet would you like? And then this man, he asked the child, which sweets would you like? He asked. The child turned his face. Again, he was not in the mood, so he turned his face and he did not demand for this sweet also. And only thing that he was demanding, that he want his mother and father. So what happens in this chapter? The writer has explained the affection and love between the child and his parents.